Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are doing another build for a mini healer. This time around the Righteous Fire build, and I call it Righteous Fire because that I used to play, or I guess I still play, Path of Exile, where there is a skill that called Righteous Fire, and it does the same as the Fallen Flame item, where your tank or your character in Path of Exile will take damage but also deal a massive damage. So you kind of have to negate the damage as much as you can so you can survive, and then you deal massive damage to the enemies. And I don't know if it's inspired by that skill in Path of Exile. It's pretty old, it's from way back, so it might be inspired for this one as here. So I will first go into the talent points. I will also link it in the description. I did that for my Decay Aura build as well. People couldn't really see it, and I kind of missed a few things and stuff like that. So in the description, there is a picture of what I did. It's not 100% optimized. It was just something I threw together, and it seemed to be working. And it's focused a lot about health and resistances, because you take fire damage as this item here we got. But before I do that, I just want to show you guys as well. The guy, I think his name is Sad Dog, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, is working on some other stuff, and you can see it on the screen right here. I did a little recording of what's going on, but that's of course also on the Steam page, and also on the Discord that is there. You can go check that out, what he's working on, but 0.5. So let's jump into the talent room. So the talent room is of course mostly a priest and druid, going down all the way to the bottom. I'll explain some of it as we go along, but like I said in the description, you can find the picture if you want to do so. But let's start with the Occultist. That's where the fewest points are given. I was taking these not mostly just because I wanted to get down to here and get the 1.5% all resist. Also, the party health is amazing. That's what we're looking for. We are looking for increased health to the whole party, especially the tank, and also for all the resistances. So we don't really care about the banish whatever thing we're gonna do, but it's more about that. Then I took this because I was having few points left, and took some more party life as well. But it's not mostly because of the vampiric. It's not gonna heal you up enough to do so. But a few points into Occultist, like I do right here, and of course get a mastery for all of them. That makes a lot of sense. Some of them are have been taken just because of the party resistances. So mostly I just searched up here for resist, fire resist per se, and I got around to doing so. So we get into the resilience because of also the party health. Sorry, not party health, but party resistances, and also increases the health a little bit like that. This of course is an in-game build, so you can't throw the flame in there as well. But of course we got the helping hands, more party health as we want, both flat and percentages. Then we go a little bit into auras, not too much, but a little bit. Again, increasing all the health of all your party members. The healing we're not really looking much at, but because we're not doing a lot of healing per se, because the fights go pretty fast, to be honest. And here you gain another aura. The energy aura is pretty cool, just to get that extra point, because we could put it in something else here, but I wanted to get another aura here because we can only get 3 points. We need 4 to get to the next tier, so I put 1 in here. But it's not necessary. You can put this point whatever you want, and you can also put this point in whatever you want. But again, this gave us a little bit of flat. It's only 7, but everything helps. And then of course Aura Mastery, because it's just great, and it do get a little bit extra damage for the party health, for the damage per aura, even though we're not stacking auras. And the last thing is of course that it also gives decrease to auras. So even though we are stacking a little bit of auras, we're not gonna lose all our mana. So heroism, just because of the 150 health to it's actually 200 because these two stack here, so it's 200 flat health to the guy, just 1 point. That's amazing. We took the same thing here because of the tank's resistances and stuff like that, and also because it heals 4% every 7 seconds, so it's just extra help to healing us. And the same do with leadership, because it's good damage, but also it gives you a regen of the of the whole party and stuff like that, but that's cool. And then we got Last Stand, of course, because it gives you a flat health percentage, more of the stuff out here, and also you know, the tank deals 180% more damage while under 20%, and also less to that. So if we do get down to less than 20%, we can, you know, we should be able to last a little bit longer to do so. I took one for this one just because of the all health again, and a little bit for the cooldown, but not too much. And then Body of Mind is to put on the tank to increase the shield, so we can shield him so he doesn't take very much damage. His shield goes out pretty quick, to be honest, because we're not super much spec'd into shield, but yeah, also because we do that extra damage while that is on, even though it goes away pretty fast. And then I took some block chance here as well, a little bit about the health and stuff like that, but mostly because of the block. Block used to be very, very good. Now it's kind of mediocre, I would say. But then we also go into Justice Burn because of the damage. It's just a great fire damage, and it also increases all our fire damage, which we are doing to the as well. And then the Devotion as the last one because of health, and also because of the 4% resistance we are going to do. And then a Focus Prayer because of all the max health we're going to get, and also the resistances and everything. This is just absolutely amazing for the whole thing, and you have to max this out as well. And then I took Salvation just because it's a pretty cool tree, and also it does increase the lightning and fire damage dealt, but it's a pretty cool little. And then when you're all the way down here, because this is like super amazing, you are basically all the way down, so you might as well just get this one down here. So let's go into Druid, and we are focusing most on Renew, not too crazy, and we're not focusing too much on healing power, but any healing power we can get, it's not terrible. So I went also for the healing power here because we need to do Renew, and also because of the party health. The regen is nice, but you're not gonna get enough regen to get out of it. Even though I also took the regen aura, but this is not because of the regen for the guy, because you're not gonna out heal or out regen the decay that you get from the item. But the point is that this is going to help the other guys in yours, so you can mostly focus on one guy, and you know, everything else that passively regens people are going to keep them alive, so you don't stress too much about anything else. Then we got the Tree Folk, and it's all because of the tank's health. You can see how much tank stuff you get here. Also the block is not terrible, and also increases elemental resist, nemesis resist, physical resist, and also just increases the tank's health insanely. And then you get a little bit of physical damage to a ranger, but that's really nothing. Then I took Flourish because of the you know, the elemental resist that everybody gets. You can max this out if you wanted to, but it's not super good. As you can see, like 5 regen, it's not that good. I'd rather have the mana regen and also the mana cost, and then you also take 9% less damage from fire as well. And then you get a cool little thing extra here. There's some party ice resist, but yeah, it's not really something we're looking for. Then of course, we will take the Blessing of the Forest because of every 6 seconds, every party member is also going to get 6% health. So that stacks, of course, with the one that the tank also receives, of course. So pretty awesome there. Then we take the Survival of the Survival Instincts, and that's increase again all party members' health. That also increase the tank's health, and all the party members' stuff and whatnot. So took this point over here, the Mother's Gift, just for the little bit of regen, and also because of the Gaia and stuff like that. But it's basically because I only needed more points to get down here. So I'm basically skipping hold this because there's not really anything in there. I took the Tranquility here, mostly because of the resistances, but also this resistance. So you actually get 5% here to the elemental resistance. And, you know, Renew can also now crit, which is pretty cool. Of course, if you put more points into it, you can do all that down here. So I took a little bit of the Infected Armor. I'm not a big fan of the Infected Armor per se, but it is still 100 healing power, which is not bad, but it's the party health we are looking for, and the resistance. Again, 4% all elemental resistances. I'll show you guys my resistances when we get further on. And then we got the Iron Veins, or Vines, I guess, but this is to get the 2%. It's not really about the Iron Veins per se, it's more about the you know, party health that is here. That's our resistance, sorry. that's what we are looking for. And again here, again, it's a 3%er right here, also increasing all the health. Unfortunately, it gives physical resistances, but yeah, you know. And I think that I haven't, I don't know if this is if this stacks or not, but it does increase the tank's damage, and since it's on the tank, it might do extra damage. But we do get the extra health, so I know that is working on it as well. Then we took this bad boy here because of not only the healing power, but the elemental resistances by 21%, which is absolutely crazy. And also another 5% down here, so we are looking at a 26% all resist, which is of course not only fire, but it's all the other resistances as well. And lastly, we take this one as well because it reduces the challenge ability and stuff like that. We're not using that, but you know, it's a good little 140 healing power, but it's mostly the 4% all resist that we're getting, and also with another 100% healing power, or not 100%, sorry, just 100 flat healing power right there. And when we're all the way down here, we might as well take Blossom. It does give you 4%, which is amazing, but you might as well put in the last point as well. But it also increases the duration of all resist by 6%. So it is all resist, so it's not only elemental resist, it's also nemesis resist as well. So it's cast automatically, so you might as well, it's the same thing with the salvation. So it's something that cast that you are not doing. So that wraps up the talent points. As I said, it is a link down in the description, so you guys can go check that out. And we move on to the items. All right, it's time to look at the items. So we go into our armory, and I'm gonna finish off with the skills itself. So this is the Righteous Fire build. This is what I've figured out so far. Of course, we are going to get the Fallen Flame as it's right here. I'll also show you guys on the screen, as I did with the other one, that we have this is the essential item that you need. As you can see, the tank deals 120% damage of max health to all enemies as fire damage every second. So that's awesome, 120% the fire damage, that's a lot, right? But he also takes a 30% max health as fire damage every second. So what I've figured out is that if you stack elemental resistances, and also you can see I have party health and also tank health, and I have that on most of my augments that I have here, to have as much resistance as possible. You also do lose out on a 10% fire resistance. You can augment it to be this, but it doesn't really change there. But you do get the maximum party resist as well. It gives max health to our tank as well, which we are looking for. We're not stacking much healing power at all, which is a little bit of a problem because we don't heal that much, but things die pretty quick. So, it doesn't really matter too much, and I'd rather have the 5% quality to do that. So that's how I stack the Fallen Flames item that I want. You can do without the 7 slot, but I would really recommend you getting the 7 slot for that as well. So let's start with the first item as well. This is the Rune Forge Blade, and it's not just because of the block chance. It is basically because of the fire damage that it deals. And also when the tank blocks, because we are stacking a little bit of block, not crazy, but a little bit, we are getting to do 17,500 extra fire damage, and we are doing fire damage, so pretty well for that as well. And we do lose out on some party physical resist, but yeah, we do get a bunch of that from the tree. So the second item is the Wildfire, and Wildfire again do a lot of damage for the healer fire damage, but mostly is the party and also the percentage party fire damage. And you get a little bit of regen as well. 280 is not very much at all. And then all party members' fire damage now ignores 20% of the total fire resistance to the target, so it's a minus 20% as that as well. And I augmented again with all the elemental resist and also the party health and the tank health as well. So this works of course on the item as well. So that's the Wildfire. You can go with any of the you can basically go with any of the weapons. That is not the big deal. You don't get a lot of party or tank health out of it, which we are trying to stack. So next item is the Hallowed Crown, and the Hallowed Crown is pretty awesome, I gotta say. It's pretty awesome. It's almost 17,000 tank max health, and also the party stacks with that as well on top of that. And you do get some shield efficiency, which is really, really nice. We do lose a little bit because we want the 5% extra quality. We do lose a little bit of that, but we do get a lot of stuff down here. You can see I have also gone for a little bit of party health regeneration, but I could have gone with party health instead, but I did go with the party regen. The most important thing is, of course, the party elemental resist and the tank's health percentage. That's the most important thing to get. And all shields has 20% chance to refresh its duration instead of expiring. So that's pretty awesome as well, but it doesn't really go that well with it. Sometimes it works, but only, it goes off, as I said, the shield disappears or gets burned off pretty quick with this. So the next item we got is the Honor. The Honor, again, has a little bit of healing power, but we're looking mostly for the tank's max health. We do stack the tank block as well, because we're doing a little bit of block. I don't want to say we go all in it, but yeah, the point is that this is mostly for the tank health, and of course the party fire resist as well. We're looking for that as well. You also gain 350 healing power whenever tank block stacks up to 6 times and lasts for 10 seconds. So we are stacking a little bit of this for sure. That's nice with the 350 healing power, because we are stacking a little bit of block. So that extra, it does help out in the end. So for the next item, we got the Bell of Tranquility. So it has some healing power, but it also has some percentage max health, and then you got yourself your shield effect, and then a little bit of party regen as well. 150 approximately is not crazy, but a little bit it does help as well. But mostly it's for the party resist, and it's mostly about the percentage of healing. You could find something else as well. It's not super necessary, this one, but yeah. And also, of course, the shield party members regen 5% of their health every second when it's up. So it does give you a little bit of a regen while the shield is up, but it's gone in like pretty quick. So yeah, you do get a little bit. And sometimes if you can, get it in between ticks and stuff like that, it's going to help a little bit of that. But Bell of Tranquility, pretty awesome item as well. I got the Blossom Healing on it, but you can put whatever you want, to be honest. There's nothing really that goes to being awesome there. There's no resistances and stuff like that. Last item is the Equality, and it's mostly because of the block chance, but also because of the max health that's in here. But you can also get a party max health with, not a party max health, but but it does give you 5% to all resistances. It does give the boss 10% extra block chance, which is significantly, but you can't block the fire damage that the Fallen Flame damage do. So yeah, so you get it with the party resist, fire resist as well. And also when he blocks, the whole party gain 8% extra elemental resistances. So I could calculate what the percentage would be when we were to gain all this, but yeah. And as you can see, I haven't corrupted this item because I couldn't get it to be corrupted, so it would be something beneficial, like for example the boss block chance. I don't know if that could be going down and then some of the quality going up, so I did not mutate this one at all. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you can get mutation, of course you want to get lower on the block chance of the boss, but yeah, that's just how it goes. So I decided not to do that because it was going into either the resistance or the tank health, and that's what we're stacking the most, right? So yeah, not really wanting to do so. But that was all the items. Now we can get into the skills, and I'll show you guys as well a boss fight. Oh yeah, so now it's time for the skill room, and there's nothing really special to going on right here except for the toughness. The toughness is, of course, because it increases the whole party's physical damage, physical resistance, but the max health, that's what I wanted to say. So this is basically an increase to the tank's damage, so increasing that is absolutely amazing. I don't know if there is a few talent points that helps the toughness, but I kind of looked for it, but I couldn't find it as well. But 25% extra health is absolutely necessary. So we're also rocking the Holy Shield because of the what we taught, the Body and Mind talent point. We also talked about the extra healing, but You can see it's about 1,000, so it's 10,000 the shield, and the health. The guy has a lot of health, so it ticks pretty quickly. But you know, that does extra damage there. We are using Renew because we want to do like a lot of the healing over time. That's why I also took the Nature's Gift, because it, you know, starts a little bit, then it heals more and more and more over time. And it's also pretty quick to be healing as well. So I got these two guys going here as well. You could put in a third one if you wanted to instead of the smite, but they do take extra damage for the duration of smite, and it still does 31 damage, 31,000 damage. Sorry. But it does stack with the falling flame, the damage taken there as well. Of course, the spell and negate, you cannot remove those. You can just move it around. But in the worst case, you do got a lesser heal. You can also use this with one of the other ones if you want to. You can go with the Blessing of the Gaia or the totem, the registration totem. It does heal quite nicely, but you have to move your character and place it because it has a really small area that it heals in. So you could go with that as well, because we are going in the Druid tree that is in there. Something I would like to have was also the increase to the, you know, the Mind Rush thing. I could love to have that as well if that was something. But yeah, I choose to not go that into Occultist there. But yeah, the lesser heal is great because it's such an effective heal. And it's just, you know, even though we're not stacking a lot of healing power, you can go with that. You can also go with the Cleansing Ray, but I don't feel like I understand it very much for now, so I don't want to use it per se. So I would rather go with something I know, and that's definitely the lesser heal as well. You don't have to worry much about the other party members. You know, these are all the you get all the regen and all the healing from everything else and whatnot. And this is more like get out of jail free card. So that's all the skills that I use. You can mix and match. There's nothing really you absolutely have except for the toughness and the shield. Those two are necessary to be used, and then you can min-max or mix and match, what I want to say, to whatever you wanted to use here instead. So that was the skills setup. All right, for the last part, I want to show you guys the boss fight. I'm gonna go to the depths here, and I'm gonna go not too crazy down the ladder here. We're gonna go all the way down here. I'm gonna do a 10. That seems to be pretty nice. So let's go for right here. I do have auto start, so there we go. And as you can see, the guy is already taking a lot of damage. So we will make sure that he is healed. And then you can go over when you have all your shields and stuff like that. Toughness stays on for a while. So I want to heal him up, throw him some heals on him, shield as well, and then we're going to go crazy with the healing as well. As you can see, he takes a lot of damage. So a longer fights, you're not going to keep like him crazy alive as well. But that was just a fight. I was going to show you real quick, and I could keep going if I wanted to, but I'm going to exit right here, and I'm going to go back to the heavens and finish it off with what I have of resistances. So, you know, if you go into your resistances, you do that over here in the stats and info. You can see how much damage that be done. You can't see the damage. You can see the fire damage, but this is not what it does, or this is not the damage that does per se towards the fallen flame. But if we go down to defensive, this is what you can see, how much fire resistance I'm rocking. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this here on behind is the maximum fire resistances, and I've been testing out all resist, you know, maximum all resist, you know, that the maximum resist, which is this one, if this is better than just flat fire resistance, or you negate more than this, and I couldn't really see that it did so, because if we should reference this to Path of Exile, if that's it, and maybe somebody's going to comment, hopefully somebody can comment on this, and you guys can see in the comments down below if it's better to have some maximum resist, because I could change, if I go into my armory, I can change this instead of, oh, not that one. This is just flat, or not flat percentage, but you can change this to be in maximum fire resistance as well. So if that negates more, if that negates more than the flat, or basically the fire resistance that you have instead of the maximum, like it does in Path of Exile, because in Path of Exile, like I said, the more maximum fire resist you have, the less damage you are going to take. You can't, of course, not have 0 fire resist as well, but the more you have, the less you are going to take. So if it's like the same way, which it could kind of maybe be, maybe that's one. But you should really check that out for yourself and see what feels the best for that. So that was the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out very much and is super much appreciated. Take care, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.